All right, here we go. In 3,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, numbers are articulated in your language. This is This Week in Sports. I know it's been a minute, been busy as shit, but This Week in Sports, a lot of stuff has happened. Houston Astros win the World Series. Oilers, don't give them, hey, we'll get into that. Oilers kind of sputtering along the last week here in sports. The Tomahawks still looking good, and I've been watching some NFL tonight and all that. But before we get into any of that, we got to talk about the World Series. Obviously, first of all, my prediction was that the Phillies. I'm pretty sure that it's been so long since we did one of these. It's
Phillies in 6.
Phillies in 6. Oh, I can't. Shout out to my producer Caleb there for remembering that. The studio audience applauds the prediction that went wrong. No, the last time I checked in, I was super busy. I was about to go out of town. Was out of town, came back, went back out of like it's been a crazy last couple of weeks here. But Houston Astros legitimately win a World Series title, and
As far as we know.
yeah, right. Well, yeah, watch like 3 years from now, like some shit comes out. No, I hope not. I hope not.
No, they had that great manager or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's all about Dusty. Dusty Baker, one of my favorite managers. Even before this, like whenever he coached the Reds, the Cubs, all these teams, and he brought all these teams to the playoffs. Some of them of which he brought to the promised land, but they couldn't win. This was Dusty Baker's first World Series title in his career. This guy I think he's like 76 years old. He has, he managed over what was the stat? 3,400 games. Like just an incredible amount of experience to not have a World Series title. And though I will never cheer for the Astros, I don't like the Astros. Even if I got a job offer to cover the Astros, I'd still have to I'd really have to consider actually taking that. Like that would ever happen. But even though I dislike him with like so much passion, what I do like and who I do like is Dusty Baker. I always did, and I'm so glad, and I'm thankful that he's able to get one because the guy's been in baseball since, oh my God, I just looked like since like the 60s. He was like in professional baseball.
That doesn't make sense to my brain.
I know. That's why like it was a struggle to even articulate because it doesn't even make sense as it's coming out of my mouth. I'm like, is this even real? But it is. The guy's been around forever. The guy's like pushing 80. And he finally has a World Series title. So not for the Astros, but for Dusty Baker, studio audience. Yes. Dusty Baker, he was the first black manager when he started managing decades ago.
The first black manager finally won his 2022.
In 2022, man.
You know, the year of flying cars and shit.
Yeah, you would think, right? Like, who would have thought? But what a World Series. It was actually a pretty good World Series, man. I wanted to go back and talk about the series in its entirety because it's been a while since I actually recorded one of these. But there were some pretty crazy games. Well, when you look at World Series, look on Google, it gives you fireworks and shit in Astros colors, which, whatever. So game 1, it was a close game. Phillies won 6-5. Right, so they had to win one of those first 2 games because they were in Houston, and you can't come out of Houston down to like this is all in retro. Like this is all looking back, but no matter what, you can't come out of Houston being down 2-0. Phillies won game 1, Astros won game 2. When shit really came down to it was when the series came back to Philly. In game 3, the Phillies took it to the Astros because what the fuck is his name? The pitcher for the starting pitcher for the Astros in Game 3. Everyone was saying, and it looked pretty clear that McCullers was tipping his pitches, meaning he would act a certain way or do a certain move if he was throwing a certain pitch, right? And it looked like the Phillies were able to catch on to that, and they obviously capitalized on it. If that's the case, I mean, they shut him out in Game 3, 7-0. So at that point, after Game 3, Phillies up 2-1. I'm like, shit, my prediction's in good shape. Phillies in 6, right? We're okay. We're okay. Game 4. Who would have fucking thought? A no-hitter. A combined no-no. Astros 5-0 on the Phillies. It was the what are the studio audience having for this? You have a cricket sound on that?
No, but I'll get one.
Okay.
No, it's like the Mario when he like dies.
Okay, yeah,
Right.
that's definitely where the series changed.
Yeah, like this.
Exactly. Because dude, if you don't get a hit, oh my god, I was watching all these games. And the a no-hitter, though it wasn't like technically like a real no-hitter by one pitcher. It was 4 different pitchers that got that no. But still, nonetheless, it was a no-hitter. Phillies didn't get a single hit that entire fucking game in Game 4. Astros won that one 5-0. Jeez. And the 4 pitchers that were a part of that no-hitter were the starter, Javier. He pitched 6. He gave up 2 walks, but struck out 9. Abreu pitched an inning. All 3 batters he faced, he struck out. Montero got a strikeout, and Presley got a strikeout. And they shut out the Phillies. They didn't even give them a hit. Only the second time in World Series history. We all know this. Yeah, I'm just reiterating stuff we already all know. But it's a crazy series. And then on to Game 5. You know, I still had, it was tied 2-2. I'm like, my prediction's still okay. But frickin' Houston pulls it out with a close 3-2 win in Game 5. And then Game 6 happens, and it was all Astros from the beginning. The final was 4-1 in that game, but you could tell that it was their series to lose because, I mean, in my opinion, and if you know anything about sport, you can't expect to have the series tied, go into Houston, go into Houston down 3-2, having to win both games. And that's what the position that the Phillies were in. And I hate to say it, but it's a fact, and I have to say it. Getting into the sports broadcasting thing, the better team won, and that was the Houston Astros. And yeah, but the studio audience here, there's no Astros fans here. But I'm glad Dusty won it. I'm glad Dusty Baker has a championship. When we move on from that, I mean, more baseball news. I wish there was more hypeness to the World Series. I feel like if the Blue Jays were able to not blow a 8-1 lead, fuck, me and Max were talking about this.
We'd be dead.
Fuck, man. The Blue Jays didn't blow that 8-1 lead. I think we would have had a chance at getting to the promised land there. Every time I think about that. But in good news, in the Blue Jays world, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. wins his first Gold Glove of his career. Fucking A. Yes. He was among 5 other Blue Jays nominated for the Gold Glove this year. And he was also nominated for a Silver Slugger Award, one of 6 Blue Jays that were nominated for a Silver Slugger Award. Dude, we had such a good team this year, man. We had 5 Gold Glove finalists and 6 Silver Slugger finalists. Like, wow. And Vladdy wins it at first base. And considering that Vladdy started at third and then moved over across the diamond and was still and is able to play at that kind of level, man, he deserves it. And I'm so fucking thankful and so happy that a Blue Jay and a fellow Canadian, because Vlad was born in Canada here, is making moves like that. Because, man, I'm pretty sure I talked about it on the podcast before. I'm sure I have. His dad, Vlad Sr., that was one of my favorite players growing up. He played for the Expos back in the day. And this guy, he was like a true, like, raw baseball player. He played with no batting gloves. He'd fucking hit anything. Like, any pitch, anywhere. The guy didn't care. And I feel like I can do that. When I'm at the plate, I can literally make contact with anything. Just a matter of, like, how hard I hit it and whatnot. But growing up, Vlad Guerrero Sr. was one of my favorite players. And now that I'm an old man now, Vlad Guerrero Jr., his kid, is like my favorite player. It's a trip. It's a trip. Like, who would have thought, man? Who would have thought? But yeah, congrats to Vlad Guerrero Jr. for winning that Gold Glove. There's other baseball news, obviously, Gold Gloves given to other people, Silver Sluggers given to other teams and whatnot. But like I said from the start of this podcast, I'm not going to bullshit and just talk about stuff that I don't really care about or even follow. I just talk about the stuff I know, the stuff I follow, the stuff I watch. I'm not like some of these other people that pretend to, watch all this shit and give an opinion on it. So that does it for the baseball year. There's freaking 2 feet of snow on the ground outside. It's still snowing. Baseball's done. Our Remax experience, I think I talked about the Remax experience on the last episode. Was awesome, but we timed it out perfectly this year, and the same as last year. Because last year was like a couple weeks before it snowed. This year was like less than a week before it snowed or something. And yeah, baseball's done for the year. We'll be hitting up the cages, the E-Town riots. Next season is going to be tremendous for the league that myself and a few others have organized locally here in Edmonton. We're excited for the next season. We're going to be renting out fields and all that, and it'll be at a higher level. It'll be more organized, and I'm so excited for it because actually having a consistent amount of teams or a consistent amount of players on certain teams is going to go a long way. And yeah, we already have like a lot of ideas how we're going to do next year. But yeah, that's it for the baseball season. We're in for the cold winter here, right? I mean, it's a deep freeze. We got a fucking foot of snow and hockey time. The Oilers sputtering along a little bit here. Before I get into their other shit, I'll just we'll do a personal little recap of this weekend. It was a fun weekend, even though we lost. I went down to the Ice District with the Fam Jam.
Oops.
With cousin Tyler,
Okay.
cousin Adam,
All right.
and cousin Earl.
Where was I?
You were at home.
Sick at home with my son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All good.
I know. We would have loved to have. We were trying to get everybody, bro.
Yeah.
We were trying to get everybody. Anyways, it was dope. So it was cold as shit because that's what it is here nowadays, right?
Out of nowhere, man.
Fucking sucks, man. Ugh. Okay, but anyways, it was cold as shit. We go downtown. We make a plan to go watch the game downtown yesterday because it was during the day. It was like an afternoon game, and you know about these fucking afternoon games when it comes to the Oilers, right? But we wanted to go watch it together, right? I can't remember whose idea it was. I think it was maybe Adams or Earl's or something like. Let's get the boys together because it's been a minute. And I wish you could have been there, Caleb, because it would have been that much funner. But anyways, I came up with the idea of checking out that brand new Canadian brew house in the Ice District. But it's not even called a brew house. Oh, it's a brand right in the Ice District, bro. Like right across the street from Rogers Place.
Okay.
There's a brand new Canadian brew. It's not even called a Canadian brew house. It's called the Canadian Ice House.
Oh shit.
Dude, it's ballin'.
Obviously same company.
Same shit. Yeah, they just
Canadian Ice House.
rebranded it for that one.
That's
It's
dope.
like 2 levels, right? It's huge. It's all brand new, and yeah, no, we had a fucking great time there.
They're just guaranteed money though.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course, bro. We got there at the perfect time. So I guarantee it was busy as shit before the game. So the game was at 2 p.m.
Right.
Local time. So I guarantee it was busy as shit before that. When people before they go into the game, they go to the brew house first, and then they go into the game. We got there at like, I don't know, like 2:15 or whatever. So it was pretty chill. Like it wasn't packed or anything. So we hit up the bar. Initially, me and my cousin, who was I with? Adam. All these cousins are the same in my head. That's how us Indians are. We're all related. If you know an Indian, he knows me. He's related to me. No, but yeah, we hit up the bar because we were expecting that the other 2 cousins were going to be there, but they weren't. Hit up the bar, grabbed a table, grabbed a booth, had a good time there. They had like they had a makeshift, not a makeshift. They had like I don't even know what you call it, a net and sticks and pucks that you could shoot on it. What would you? Not not an exhibit. It's not even an arcade game. It's like an actual fucking thing you can play. You can play hockey at it and just like shoot at targets.
Did they have a goalie?
No, that'd be sick if they had a fucking goalie. Could you imagine?
Pelt the motherfucker.
Yeah. No, it was cool. That was upstairs, and no, it was a really cool place. If you guys haven't checked out the Ice House, Canadian Brew House. Yeah, Canadian Ice House. Yeah, the Canadian Ice House. Yeah, that's the Ice District. It's big. It's state of the art. It's all new. Dude, they had these meat like fridges or these places. Oh no, these meat like smokers where they like, or meat agers. I don't even know what they call it. It's so white, like where they have like the steak program. They call it.
They age their steaks there.
They age their steaks
Dude,
there.
we gotta go.
Yeah.
Dude, if you have a 30-day aged steak, that means they put it in like this certain environment.
And it's right there. It's right next to the bar.
You can see it.
Yeah.
So it basically like has like a good mold cover it, and they cut all that away.
Uh-huh.
And what's left is like this aged steak that has more steak flavor than any steak you've ever tasted.
For real, eh?
Yeah.
So for $50, you get the highest end one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The highest end
Is
one.
that like Wagyu?
I don't know what the fuck it is, but
If they serve dry aged Wagyu for $50, that's a steal.
I don't know if it's Wagyu, but it's dry aged.
Like Kobe beef or whatever.
I don't know I don't know the difference, bro. I'm not the chef here.
Well, look at it, dude. If it's dry aged, $50 is even a good deal, anyways.
Yeah, no, it's dry aged. Yeah, no, they have different. They have like a $50 one. That's the most expensive one. Then they have like a $30 one, then like a $40 30. You know, all depending on what you want. But it's a
Canadian Ice House.
Canadian Ice House, and as soon as you walk in, it's like right there. Like there's just these big hunks of meat in this. It looks like a fridge, but it's not a fridge. Obviously, it's.
I mean, it's cooler than normal.
Okay, so it is like a fridge.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's cooler than normal. There's like they control it. Like they make sure there's no bacteria in there and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of bacteria, they also have this thing called the iced vodka experience. I think it's called.
What?
There's this room.
Sounds like an amusement park for
It
adults.
is, yeah, bro. Yes. So they have this room. As soon as you walk in, you cannot not see it. It's like right there. It's like blue. The lighting is all blue. It looks like it's all ice in there.
It's like Mr. Freeze's den.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And for $30 you can go sample 4 different vodkas in there, where apparently it's minus 35 in there, but they give you like a jacket or like something. They give you gloves and everything because it's all like it's like Mr. Freeze's shit. You can't go in there and contaminate it.
Right.
So it's all pure raw vodka the way it comes from the factory.
How much does it cost
$30
for 4 shots?
Yeah, so it's
No, but that's still pretty good if
Yeah.
you're getting the whole experience.
yeah. No, it's more for the experience though. Yeah, it's more for the experience.
15, 7. I mean, $7.50 a shot that's a pretty good. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
yeah. I mean, it's if you have the extra money, may as well, right?
It's only $2 extra a shot.
Yeah. I think they're only half ounces though.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So, anyways, that was my experience at the ice house. Sorry, yesterday. It was great. It was a lot of fun, and I was able to explore more of everything's like completed downtown now.
Finally.
Yeah. So
when are we getting our theater and shit down there?
That theater's not going to happen.
All the patios that are supposed to be outside year long and shit. I saw those concepts like 5 years ago.
I know. These are good questions.
They have to knock down Boyle Street to do it. I laugh. I work in that field.
Yeah. No, I was able to actually explore a little bit. So after we left the bar, it was cold, man. I didn't want to go outside. So I was like, let's find some pedways, right?
Yeah.
So everything's connected.
Yeah.
So we went from that brew house and we walked up to the pedway level and we were just exploring. There was no one really knows about these pedways. And because people just like follow, they're all sheep, right? They just follow the herd, right? Where everyone's going there, that's where they're going to go.
They'll all get used to it when it's minus fucking 40.
Maybe. But it was like fucking cold. No one was even on these pedways. People were following us because, well, like this couple was following us because I didn't even know where I was going. But the way
you act like,
yeah, exactly. The way I carry myself, it's like I belong here. I've been here before. And so I was just walking around.
I'm valid.
Yeah.
I'm important.
That's right. Yeah. And so, so it's all connected. So from the brew house, we were able to walk all inside from the brew house to the, how did we even get there? Brew house to the Stantec Tower, that huge, like the biggest tower in Western Canada. That connects to, obviously, the Marriott, the building next to it.
No way.
That connects. And then the Marriott is connected directly to Rogers Place. So that's where all the visiting players stay, is in the Marriott, and they don't even have to go outside to go to Rogers Place.
That was the bubble back in the day, right? A couple years ago.
Yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. So all the players back in the day, it's crazy to even think about that bubble.
I mean, that was only 2 years ago.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, they had a bubble. They got to go to Boston Pizza every day.
And the Joey's.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And they also have another restaurant, like a really, really, really fancy restaurant in the Marriott Hotel. It's a big, huge, fancy restaurant. It's, oh my God. Okay, I have a quick story here before we move on. Oh, this is cringe. You're gonna laugh. Oh, it's so cringe. It's so fucking cringe. Oh, I can't even. Oh, it's fucking so cringe.
Tear the Band-Aid off.
Okay. So me and Adam go into the brew house. When we first go in there, we're looking for Earl and Tyler, our other cousins.
This was this weekend.
Yes, this was the same time I'm talking about. Go to the ice house there. Go sit at the bar because we couldn't find. I thought Earl and Tyler were already there, but they weren't. So we go sit at the bar. Adam's dumbass. He's so, he can be so cringe at times, and I'll say this right to his face, and I already said it to his face. This is what he. Oh, you want to hear what he asked the fucking the bartender? Oh, it's so fucked. It's so fucked. Because we're looking for Tyler and Earl, right?
Is this even your story to tell?
No, I've told this a few times, and it's so fucking cringe.
I think you might have told me, actually.
Yeah, maybe. He's like, he always prefixes his questions to like waitresses and bartenders in a certain fucking way that just it's cringe itself. The guy doesn't know how to talk.
No,
to people.
every question he prefixes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
What are you trying to say? Spit it out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So he did that, and then he goes and asks the freaking bartender. Did you did you see two indigenous males come in here for us? How do you answer that?
I don't know. I don't know if that's that bad.
Okay, well, if it's not that bad, how do you answer that?
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, so the exact same thing went through. I could see it in the bartender's mind. She was like,
I don't fucking know.
I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
That's exactly what she basically
What were
said.
they in regalia?
Yeah. They have a headdress on.
They have a
like-
headdress on.
I was
Yeah.
like, you didn't. Oh, as soon as he said that, I was like, you did not just ask her that.
Also,
here's the ironic
Tyler
thing.
is like passing white too. So you
Well,
wouldn't
yeah,
even
that
know.
too. But here's the ironic thing on top of that, because that's also ironic, is we were the only Indians in that motherfucker too, though.
right.
Yeah, which is mostly the case always. Like we're all, wherever I go,
Yeah.
I'm usually the only native dude there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just like, why would you put someone in a position to have to answer that question? Like maybe if you're black, you could say, did you see any black people come in, right?
Right.
But Indians, man, you're white, man.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Oh, it was. I laughed my ass off, but I was also like fucking cringing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad I got to do that on the pod here because that was like, oh, what are you doing, man? Fucking guy. But besides that, all in all, it was a good weekend. We got to explore the ice district. Everything's connected there. We barely even had to walk outside to get to my vehicle. I have a secret, not a secret place to park, but a place to park around there that no one knows about. I'm not going to say that on here because
Nope.
no. But it wasn't even that far. But and since everything's connected, we didn't have to go outside.
But
And-
you're going to tell me about it, right?
Of course.
If I need to go to a movie or whatever downtown.
Yeah, it's all connected too now. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was also what happened this past weekend too. We after we left the ice house, it's crazy. I think I told you how we randomly met up with Adam at the liquor store
Oh, yeah, you told
right
me, yeah.
after, like completely randomly because we got separated, and he was about to go off with Tyler and some other people.
Okay.
But at this very exact time that me and Earl roll up to that liquor store, they're at that same liquor store.
I mean, it's the watering trough, bro.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
True that. Okay, so after that, I wanted to go watch the World Series because the World Series was happening. So I think we went down to we went from the Ice House to the Brew House on 97th, and shout out to them. They actually really accommodated us because they were playing. I think they were playing music or some shit when we walked in, and the World Series just started, and I was like,
a brew house was playing music
instead of sports. And here's the accommodating thing of them, but also their incompetence. I had to inform them that the World Series could end tonight with a champion. They're like, "Oh, really? It could end tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, Houston could win it tonight." But they, unlike some Boston pizzas, the brew house actually put the sound on the World Series for us.
Oh, okay.
But which is good because it wasn't just us watching it. There was a couple tables around us
Yeah.
that were like into it, and you could tell that they were looking for it.
Well, dope.
But they were, I don't know, they were white, so they don't ask these questions. I don't know.
Well, it's also
I'm
like
kidding. I'm
all these
kidding.
kids are
I'm kidding. I'm
Zoomers.
kidding.
Zoomers
Yeah.
don't watch sports.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I mean, you're going to a sports bar, right? But being the Indian that I am, I ask these questions. No. Anyways, but yeah, we watched the game there. We came back here and watched the end of the game because it was already done. Yeah. Really? 30?
Yeah.
We only have 36.
6 minutes. Wrap it up.
Okay. All right. This shit flies by when you haven't done it for fucking, a little while. Okay, so we don't have to go too deep into the oil struggles, but they, fuck, man.
You win some, you lose some.
Kane had a hattie this week in sports. He got off the schneid. That same game versus Nashville, Leon had, I think, 5 points, or Connor had, either Connor or Leon had 5. They had a bunch of fucking points, okay? And then the next game, we faced New Jersey. It was the Hall of Fame ceremony for Ryan Smith and Lee Fogelin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I would have brought it to your attention at the time of it, but I can't remember. I was busy that fucking day too. I'm busy every freaking all the time. Oh, it was at Rogers Place, man. The Oilers have their own Oilers Hall of Fame now.
Does Ryan live here?
Yes, Ryan still lives here.
He's retired, right?
Yeah, yeah. And he had an amazing speech. And so did Lee Fogelin, and those are two great Oilers legends.
Love Ryan. We'll always love him.
Always love Ryan.
I had his hockey card when I was a kid.
Yeah, Ryan Smith is the shit, and I freaking love him, and I always will. And I'm so glad that he got this honor. And
he's an Oiler, bro.
He's an Oiler for life, and I'm so glad that they recognized him, and it's obvious that they had to. So with the Oilers Hall of Fame, it's going to be like kind of a ring of honor that all these stadiums have, where it's like all the great names from the teams. They're not banners, but they're like on the ring, right?
Dope.
In the stadium, yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah. So Ryan Smith, Lee Fogelin were the first two inductees in the inaugural Oilers Hall of Fame. Shout out to them. I love Smitty. Yeah, and his acceptance speech, man, I loved it, man. He gave a shout out to all his teammates and everyone. He gave all glory to God, and yeah, man, like Smitty is one of the best, and he's you can tell like he's like an amazing human being. So yeah, no, Smitty, Fogelin, that was against New Jersey. Oh yeah, that was to the game. Fuck, we were up 3-1 against New Jersey there. We were in the driver's seat. We were good. And then they come back, they score one, and then they score 2 in 7 seconds. And it just all fell apart. And then yesterday, when we went and watched the fucking Dallas game, we just got worked. It was the first working that we've had all season so far, and Dallas was the better team, and I hate to say it, but they were the better team, and that's why they won. It was kind of shitty to be out and watching it, but what the fuck are you gonna do, right? So we play against. We have some big games coming up here. We have the Capitals tomorrow, which I might miss some of because I'm going to Red Man and Method Man, which I'm super excited for. That's gonna be a lot of fun. So we have the Capitals tomorrow. I might be able to watch like the first period of that, first couple periods, and then we go down to Tampa the next day. I guess by the time we drop this, the Capitals game probably would have already happened. Let me cover up my titty here. Yeah, we don't want to
cover that shit up.
Yeah, we don't want to nip slip here. We face Tampa. We go down to Tampa, face them. That's going to be like a huge test. And then we have the Hurricanes on Thursday, and then the Panthers. So this is a big road swing for us, facing 4 really good teams. And then we have a few days off. So by the time I think next time we record, we will have gone through this road trip, and we'll see where we're at against these big teams here, and hopefully we do well. Obviously, I think if we go 500 on this road trip, I think that'll be a success in my opinion. 3-1 would be amazing. Ovi, another NHL news. Ovechkin, he had broke the record, Gordie Howe's record for most goals with a single team. It was 700 something, whatever he's fucking doing. He's going off. Just want to mention that. Give some love to Alexander Ovechkin. And another quick NHL news before we wrap it up here. Matt Tkachuk, that little bitch that used to play for Calgary.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He pulled one of the bitchest moves I've ever seen. I'll have to show it to you after this. He was in front of the crease, right? And he's a left-handed shot, right? So the goalie's on his knees, like just getting up or whatever. And Tkachuk, he tried to play it so snakily, so squidly. He tilted his stick to get his blade into the mask of the goalie to get his eye out, and it fucked the goalie up right into his eyeball.
Who's goalie?
It was LA.
And he hurt him?
Fucking
squid, man.
What a fucking bitch. Matthew Tkachuk, what a fucking bitch. No, I knew he was a bitch back in the day because he didn't want to fight Cassian initially. sure enough, it took him like 5 times to finally fight Cassian, and he actually did because he was getting called out for it. He got suspended 2 games for it. I think it should have been more. I thought it should have been like 5, 6.
How's the dude's eye?
He's not. There's no permanent damage, but still though, having that fucking move, it's fucked, man. I don't like that at all. Obviously, Kachuk's a bitch. Okay, so we're coming down to it. The Tomahawks. We went 1-1. I had the best call of my life 2 days ago when I was calling the home game against the High Prairie Red Wings. The stream wasn't working, but I played it off like it was working. And
if only you could have heard it.
Yeah, it's only gonna get better from there though. But the Tomahawks went 1-1. We're still second place. I'll be talking about the Tomahawks continually. I gotta get more structure with this based on the timing. Because
1-on-1 against the best team, right?
Yeah, we were close with them, and it was an amazing time. But before I let you go here on This Week in Sports, we have to do TWIS, This Week in Sports History. 1 year ago, November 5th, 2021, it was Connor McDavid's, one of his most amazing goals. It was on the night of Kevin Lowe's jersey retirement. He went and took on 4 New York Rangers, took them all out, and then he took the goalie out with the most amazing goal ever. That's Connor McDavid for you, and this is This Week in Sports. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We'll check you next time.